The woman used a kiss to secretly pass escape tools to her husband in prison, while on the other side, his cellmate slipped a prison map to his son outside. At the same time, the guards were carefully checking the delivered food, completely unaware of what the inmates were doing. When yard time ended and the prisoners were walking back to their cells, the man covered his mouth and pretended to cough. While the guard behind him wasn't paying attention, he secretly dropped the escape tool on the ground. His cellmate saw it, immediately picked it up, and hid it under the bedding. Meanwhile, the guards were distributing the food sent by family members to the prisoners inside. Late at night, when the guards started getting sleepy, the prisoners quietly opened the delivered bread and carefully took out the gunpowder hidden inside. They poured it into a homemade blasting cap, then wrapped the outside in a layer of waterproof film. A waterproof bomb was now complete. They used the remaining parts to make several small bombs, then hid them in the cotton stuffing of their bedding. At the slightest sound, everyone would instantly drop to the ground and pretend to be asleep. The next day, during yard time, the prisoners took the chance to place the small bombs on the handle of the iron gate. Another inmate pretended to have a stomachache and went to the bathroom, secretly placing the timed waterproof bomb inside the toilet. While the prisoners were all out on the rooftop enjoying yard time, the unsuspecting guard walked into the bathroom. Instantly, the entire restroom erupted into flames and explosions. The next second, the waiting Jewish fighters launched their attack. The reason they did this was to divide the land of Palestine. Not long ago, hundreds of homeless Jewish people arrived at the port of Palestine by ship, but the British troops stationed there immediately blocked them and ordered all Jews to withdraw at once, or they would use force to drive them away. Unexpectedly, the Jews came prepared. They firmly declared that the ship was loaded with 500 kilograms of explosives, and if anyone tried to use force, they would detonate it and die together. The colonel, afraid the situation would get out of control, immediately reported it to his superiors. But what no one expected was that his superior was a British Jew. To protect the people on the ship, he spoke to them directly, guaranteeing that the military would absolutely not use force. If they needed food or medical aid, everything would be provided for free. But without permission, no one was allowed to go ashore. Yet the Jews' purpose was precisely to land in Palestine. How could they give up their goal for a bit of food? To protest, the elderly leader encouraged everyone to throw their food into the sea and go on a hunger strike. They raised the Star of David high to show their determination, because they knew only through this extreme method could they gain international attention. At this point, the group was no longer hiding their wild ambition. However, on the second day of the hunger strike, the elderly leader couldn't endure starvation due to his age and passed away. Soon, the incident was reported by major media outlets around the world, and public opinion overwhelmingly sided with the Jews, criticizing the British as bullying the weak. Seeing the situation worsen, the British, under pressure, sent their representative Anna to negotiate. But John had no intention of compromising. He firmly believed that the Jewish people could achieve great things on the land of Palestine. While the two argued endlessly, two women carrying children came onto the deck. To show their resolve, they told Anna that even if they died here, they didn't want to continue wandering. Faced with such determination, Anna had no choice but to return with nothing achieved and report the situation truthfully to her superiors. In the end, through the mediators' efforts, the Jews finally achieved their goal and were allowed to land. But just as they were celebrating, they had no idea that an assassination plan was quietly underway.